Have you ever heard about the thing that the more complex the job, the more you'll get paid? Well, as a freelancer, this rings true almost all times. I have done several odd jobs, from dog walking to breaking up with random strangers for money. Hey, hey, we all need money. Don't judge me. It has been a stretch of a dry spell since the pandemic and lockdown happened. I've been living rather frugally on my savings. And now that that's dwindling, I've been on the edge and scrolling through the odd jobs portal for something, anything to come up. My dry spell is finally broken with a job that came up on the portal. Wanted, a female with high integrity and clean background for a highly complex job. Should sign a confidentiality agreement at a disclosed place. Rate per hour, 500 INR. Whole day event, should be able to stay longer than needed. For future inquiries, DM. 500 INR for every hour? Sign me up. After some rounds of texts, I receive the location. I don't recognize the address. This would be a profitable job if done right, even though they have been very vague about the job details. 1 hour later, I arrive at the location. It's a seemingly empty building with a guy standing outside who clearly doesn't belong here. "Are you Sush?" he asks me in a deep voice, his eyes darting around the dark neighborhood. "Yes." I answer faintly and follow him through a set of double-thick glass automatic doors. The stark white room is a contrast to the dank neighborhood. Another set of doors on my way through, I enter into a sterilized white room with a workspace in the middle of it. The man stretches out his hand for my phone and gives me a confidentiality agreement, basically detailing that this is a social experiment and I'm not supposed to say anything about the experiment to anyone. After signing the ridiculously high-paying job, he gestures me towards the workspace with a nod of his head. I pad to the table and sit down facing him in the room with no clock, no wall adornments. A hospital room would be far more cheerful compared to this place. On the table lies a bunch of blank paper and a pen beside it. The man continues. "On these sheets, write any story. Your life story, your dreams and wishes, anything. I will leave you to write whatever you need. For every hour you complete, we will deposit 500 in your account. There's no time limit on how much you want to write. Just press the button on the underside of the table when you're done. Any question?" A million questions swirl through my head, but I gape like a dying fish put out of water and nod mutely at him. A slow smile graces his face as he turns to leave. I pick up the pen and write about my story of my parents, my life, the incidents that changed my life, everything like I was possessed to write without any interruptions. With no clock in the room, it's challenging to keep track of the time. Some time has gone by as I finish the entire block of loose sheets. Just as I reach for the button, a small slit in the room opens, and out comes another set of papers. I stride across the room and take the papers, clutching them close to my chest, as it is the only connection to the outside world. How many hours have passed by? I have no idea. I hope I have enough money in my bank account now. I look down on my dress and notice it's slightly worn out, but it's barely registered in my mind. I have to write. Yes. Nothing else matters.